shared that in another video where most people just send emails and be done with it. They won't follow up. They won't even find out what happened. They don't ask the question why. What they do is like, well, I did it, so they should have gotten back to me by now. No, use every piece of communication tool, or I should say, vehicle to communicate as possible. If you got to pick up the phone, if you got to connect with them in chat, if you got to send double triple email, leverage everything, family. Just don't get stuck on one, so you can have a more effective strategy when it comes to stakeholder management. Let's go on to question number 5, or what I call my framework point number 5. How do you handle project risk and challenges? Let me say this to you, family. um, I would rather work with somebody that's been through something than somebody that's never been through anything. What do you mean there, ED? Well, when someone has never been through something, they're quicker to walk away. They're quicker to run away. They're quicker to put on their shoes and get up on up out of here, as my grandma would say. But it doesn't even, versus somebody that has been through something, they have a little bit more, I'll call it staying power. When they've been through something, they got a little bit more of, well, okay, it's sort of like a cut, like, you put a band aid on it and then it heals, but you still have that cut there unless you use some cocoa butter or, okay, I'm just messing with you. But anyway, family, the point I'm trying to make is being able, point number 5, being able to understand how that project manager handles risk and challenges will tell you a lot about that project manager. Do they get, do they panic? Do they talk about everybody behind their back? I always told you, this has been my motto when I learned it. And I still don't know who said this. I would rather stab you in the front than in the back. Again, I would rather stab you in the front than in the back. What does that mean, ED? That just simply means, it's an analogy, of course. I don't literally mean I'm going to stab somebody, but what I'm saying is, whatever I got to say about you, I'm going to say it directly to you. I don't need to go around to John or Sam or Susie and say what I can say to you directly, whether good or bad. And it's not being boisterous, it's just saying, why do that? And then you hear it from one of those people and the communication is messed up. You played that game, family. If you haven't, there used to be a game when I was coming up, and this taught me a lot about communication. And how it went was is that everybody, I mean, well, excuse me, there was two games about that, so I'm gonna give you the one that, now that just hit me, is you would tell somebody something, they would tell the next person. By the time it got down the line to the last person, what the first person said, it was irrelevant. What do you mean irrelevant? What I mean is, it didn't even, it was nowhere close to what that person originally, the first person originally said. So, family, I say all that to say that when you are working on a project that is challenging and risky, get excited. I know it doesn't seem like it, but you're going to learn so much from this, and that it's actually going to allow you to be a better project manager. Point number 6, two things that I love about project management is what? Communication and collaboration. But note, this is not about communication. However, it is, what is your approach to team leadership and collaboration? Listen, your mentor should be able to give you a framework of how they lead. Some project managers micromanage. Some project managers manage and they don't lead. As you know, there's two different things when you manage and you lead. When you lead to inspire, to motivate, to groom, and to grow, and to be someone that they can count on, not just when times are good, also when times are bad. Lean on me when, okay, you didn't pay for my singing. Okay. Anyway, family. Also, the collaboration. Collaboration for me is just, I love collaboration. Like, I dislike when I love when all the titles are left outside the door and we find a way to work collaborative. I love when all the titles don't make it to the table and we can sit there and talk openly and without feeling nervous or scared that I may say something that you don't like, and now all of a sudden, and I'm saying this in a professional manner, meaning, let's say I'm saying, hey, well, maybe we need to push this, we need to, let's say, fast track this schedule by either, adding more resources or whatever it may be.